Hello everyone, welcome to Market Watch. It is time to discuss the Digimon trading card game market. We are well into BT16 release, so we got to talk about what's happening in the BT16 market, as well as other things that you should be preparing for on the horizon of the future of the game. And maybe a couple of things that you should just probably know about for the sake of knowing about them. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and of course, please like and subscribe and turn notification bells to Smash Potatoes. That way you know when all these amazing Digimon videos go live. Starting with the Omnimons here, there isn't big change, not really. Someone is listing an Omnimon box topper promo for $200 because the last one sold out, and someone's trying to make a quick 200 bucks. Right now, there's a seller's market, so if the seller can sell it for 200 bucks, then that's what's going to happen, and that'll help set a precedent. We'll see what happens though. Alrighty, lottery cards. People are willing to spend $1,000 on Magna X. They are. They are literally willing to throw the money on it. Even though they can get it cheaper on Facebook Marketplace, they are willing to spend this money on the card. So if you pull it, it's basically a golden ticket, and I recommend having a little bit of fun with it. Then we have other lottery cards. They're all starting to kind of drop in price. The rest of them are trying. Like technically, Magnex is dropping in price too, but this one's also dropping in price. Like for example, the movie poster started off really low, but then it exploded, and now it's back down to $329. So they're starting to fall. They are kind of expected at this point. The lottery cards, right? This is also starting to fall. If I remember correctly, this was up what 150, yeah, and it's starting to fall already, which is good. More and more people are starting to open the set, which means more and more people are starting to have listings. You might even notice, if you go and look at Monday's Market Watch, you notice some of these cards had much lower listings than they do now. And you can see that with a lot of these cards we're going to bring up right now. Like Magna X here. Magna X hit as high as what, like 75 bucks a few days ago, I want to say. I want to say 75 bucks, but people are buying this like crazy. Oh, it hit 80, my bad. It did bounce up to 80 for a little bit there, looks like. And then now it's back down to 70. Again, because people are starting to list, people are starting to gather, so it is starting to bring down the price of the cards. Something that really isn't dropping that much, though, is Rapid X comparatively. Rapid X actually seems to be on the bounce, which is really, really fascinating to me. I say that very loosely because I'm a yellow vaccine enjoyer, and compared to like it was selling for 62 bucks there. I must have missed that one in the week when it happened. That's okay. But 57 bucks, it's pretty stable. A lot of people told me they thought that was going to drop lower than 40 bucks or something like that because it's just not as good as Magna X. And I'm not going to tell people that they're wrong until there's proof. And to be fair, when more of these come into the market, and maybe when the tournaments happen, and maybe people top with Magna X, but not in this, maybe it will drop. But for now, no. Card's really good. I'll just leave it at that. Ukomon, alternate art is down as well, down to 50. Alternate Paildramon is at 46. I believe it was mid-50s, right? Mid-50s, something like that. I thought I saw mid-50s somewhere. Oh, sorry. There, yeah. Had a few high, almost 60. Yeah, Paildramon is starting to fall a little bit, which is good. And again, this is just the quantities, right? Something not falling that much is the Doraemon alternate art, the SOC one. I mean, it did get as high as 40 bucks, basically. Or, sorry, 45 bucks for one listing. For a couple listings. But it's dropping down to 35, which makes kind of a little bit of sense. Dino B. Dino B seems to be on the rise comparatively. Dino B getting a lot of hype because of Fenrilugamon, also Red Purple Imperial Dramon for the hype, for the fun people, for the copium tier enthusiasts. Yeah, Dino B seems to be going up in price, which is pretty cool. Valkyrmon Ace is down. It was 10. Now it's 9. It seems to be dropping a little bit. We have here Tyrant, who is dropping a lot too. It was 8 bucks. Now it's less than 8 bucks. Vikemon Ace is dropping a lot, which makes sense because the card isn't that good. Yeah, like if we look at some sales data, well, I guess it isn't dropping that much. 6 to 7. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, it's dropping a couple bucks. It'll probably drop a little bit lower. I could definitely see that. The last kind of expensive one besides Paildramon is Dino B in the $5 range. But yeah, the rest of your supers are bulk tier. So be very careful. This set is very much you either win or you lose. This is what this set is. You could go big, or you could like drown, and there's like no in between almost. It seems. If you actually look still, booster box prices are still in this price range. Now, people are telling me, hey, they're at my locals, they're for retail or just above retail or whatever, and I'm grabbing them. That's a good idea. And if you find them for that price, you should do that. People are buying, though, the boxes for the higher inflated price. People are getting milked. And, whatever. If people like getting milked, then I guess that's a kink that you're into, and I respect if you want to get milked. I tried to recommend not doing that. However, I do think this booster box in time will be a lot more expensive than this. I think it's a good investment opportunity. Just so you know. All right. Other lottery cards include the Gold Rapidmon here, who's kind of on the fence of greatness. Just gotta wait for some meta results to happen, and we'll see what this card does. We have here Quartzmon Alternate Art, who's down in price. I haven't seen it below 40 in a while, but right now all the hype is on BT16, so people aren't caring as much for these other cards. You might be able to grab Quartzmon for a good price now, so that's fine. A card that's not really being affected by that, though, is Raremon. While it is technically dropping in price, Raremon is still really expensive because it's still really hard to find. Raremon is not that common right now. However, Japanese EX6 Demon Lord lists are playing Raremon, so there might be a little bit of a resurgence when that happens. Speaking of EX6, though, Mastermon Support on the Horizon, Angelmon Angelmon Alternate Art had a little bit of some action here. There's 2 left for 48, there's 1 left for 50, and then it goes crazy from there. I'm personally waiting for us to get closer to EX6, or if these 2 listings go, I might try to sell my Angelmon Alternate Art for a lot. We'll see what happens. It is going through a little bit of hype right now, and that hype will carry on for the next little while. Don't forget that EX6 is a few weeks away, basically. Protoform Alternate Art's down in price. Again, not too many people are thinking about Protoform right now with BT16 cards being all new and shiny and whatever. And nothing in EX6 really takes advantage of Protoform. I mean, Mastermon's in this set, Rad Lord's in this set, the Demon Lords are in this set. Like, Protoform isn't really the most popular card to use in those archetypes. So it might be going down a little bit in price. However, X Antibody Support we know is nowhere near finished, so this card still has possibilities for being expensive in the future. Maybe take advantage of the lack of excitement over this card now and grab some while they're cheap, and prepare for the future. Maybe. We have here Dynasmon Alternate Art. In anticipation of Lucamon cards and all that, this card's going way up in price. I believe a Lucamon Chaos mode was recently spoiled, which could be affecting this card's price. We also know that a new Lucamon is coming. Lucamon, whatever the fuck it's called mode. I don't remember anymore, but it's the evolved form of Chaos mode or whatever. And Dynasmon, could add that card to your hand. And it could be a hype spike. Be very careful with this card. Lonky. Lonky's a really good card in BT16 meta. Did you know that Magnamon X, if it battles security and hits an option or whatever, the security effect activates before the invulnerability effect activates? Which means if you're at 4 less security and Magnamon X swings into a Lonky, you win the game, which is really cool. So cards like Lonky are going up in price because they're good against Magna X. And other cards too. Like, you wouldn't feel bad about putting a Rapid X in security or a Platinum Numon in security. Like, those are all cards that just feel good to throw in security. Card's really good. I understand why it's going up in price. You might want to sell it. What do we got? What else we got? Fenglong's going down in price. I predicted this. I called this 1 week ago. Nobody really cares about divas in the BT16 meta. Yeah. I hope you sold your Fenglongs while you could. Now, what's going to happen is if we ever get more 4 Sovereign support or whatever, this card probably goes back up in price, but for now, I see very grim fate. Unless someone surprises us and tops with Diva in BT16. However, in our little testing circle we have, Diva ain't doing poop to a Magna X. It ain't doing nothing. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm really big on my yellow cards. So I have a Magna X on board against Divas, right? And I might play like the promo Patamon to add a card from security to hand. Oh my god, Magna X activates. Wow, hand trap it all you want. See what I mean? Like, there's nothing you can do to it. Fang Long can't even get rid of Magnet X at that point in time. It's just not the way right now, unfortunately. Imperial One Fighter Mode BT12 is going up in price because of all the Imperial hype. We called this one a while ago. I'd recommend selling, particularly if these ones get removed from the market, because then it gets really high and obnoxious from there. You might be able to make some good money from it. Promo Zubamon. I've talked about this before. I'll talk about it again. EX6 is coming out soon. Ragnalord support is coming out soon. Ragnalord hype is going to be coming out soon. And let me just give you a brief education real quick. This card will get hype priced. And because of how hard it is to pull, just like the Raremon, this card could be worth a lot of money really soon. So I definitely do recommend, if you want a quick flip, well, I say quick flip, I mean like a flip in a few weeks or whatever, maybe even sooner, you might want to grab some Zubamons, add them to your portfolio, and see what happens there. Finally, Tentomon. Tentomon continues to be a high-priced super at basically $17, $18. This has to do with the bugs. The bugs. Bzz, the bugs. Now, Tyrant Kabuterimon isn't really doing that much this format. You get a couple people that are making some Facebook posts saying, Tyrant's really good. And like, I think it's honestly a fine deck. But is it fine enough to warrant a $15 price point on Tentomon? I don't really think so. I think the hype is fresh right now. I think you should sell this card while the hype is fresh. Before we start having BT16 regionals literally this weekend, unless it tops, which I don't think it's going to do, then the price will probably fall. So regionals are coming up, and you gotta think about that when it comes to doing the stuff of the things. And with that lovely note, we're gonna end it here today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!